It started as a joke, a wild idea tossed around by my friends during drinks, a secretive, invitation-only weekend retreat at a private beach resort. The kind of place rumored to be open-minded, where identities blurred and expectations disappeared. No room numbers. Just bungalows and first names. I was restless, numb inside a routine marriage, and the idea of something unpredictable, even reckless, sparked something in me I didn't know I'd been missing. My wife backed out last minute, work emergency. I almost canceled too. Maybe that was a sign. But before I could make the call, my mother phoned. She'd heard I was going alone. Newly divorced, freshly adventurous, she said the beach sounded perfect and invited herself along. I tried to explain, awkwardly, vaguely, that it wasn't really a family bonding type of place. But she was persistent, upbeat. Said she needed to feel alive again. And as always, I lacked the resolve to tell her the full truth. My mother had always been a bit too free-spirited for comfort, flirty, bold, laughing a little too loud at risque jokes, wearing dresses that turned heads at PTA meetings. But this wasn't just another tropical vacation. This place was different. When we arrived, I knew I'd made a mistake. The air at the resort pulsed with something electric. The staff didn't just smile, they lingered. Eye contact felt heavier than it should. No one wore name tags. The lobby smelled like citrus and sin. Mom said nothing about the charged atmosphere. She just smiled and checked us in, like this was perfectly normal. We got separate bungalows. After dinner, she claimed she was turning in early. I exhaled, relieved. Finally, I could explore the part of the resort I'd really come for. I slipped past the lit pathways and into the secluded section, a place people whispered about. The pool was surrounded by palms and torches, veiled in music and shadows. The deeper I walked, the more I shed myself. No rings, no titles. Just skin and impulse. The scene I stepped into looked surreal. Bodies moved in the moonlit water like a dream, faceless, free. I stood there, ready to let go, to disappear into the fantasy I had come chasing. Then I saw her. My mother. She was at the edge of the pool, drink in hand, wrapped in a black swimsuit that left little to the imagination. She looked radiant, unbothered. She caught my eye, raised her glass in a slow toast, and smiled like we were at a wedding reception. I froze. I told myself it was a trick of the light. It wasn't. Panicked, I moved toward the bar, eyes down. Maybe she didn't know. Maybe she thought this was just some adult-themed beach party. I ordered a drink, clinging to that illusion. From the corner of my eye, I saw her laughing, mingling, fully alive in a way I hadn't seen since before Dad left. She fit in. She wasn't shocked. She belonged. A hostess passed by with a clipboard, inviting guests to a masked icebreaker in the shallow pool. No names. No talking. Just sensation. Blindfolds were handed out like party favors. I should have left. Instead, I let someone tie the blindfold around my eyes. Velvet darkness closed in. I told myself I needed the anonymity, to forget, to detach. The world went silent except for laughter and the sound of water lapping around us. Hands brushed against mine. Then someone found me. Small hands. Confident. They explored with eerie familiarity, fingertips up my arms, across my shoulders. I should have pulled away. Instead, I leaned in. Mouths found each other blindly, breath quickening. A body pressed into mine beneath the water, fitting with a rhythm that felt wrong. Still, I didn't stop. The illusion was complete until it wasn't. Until familiarity outweighed desire. A scent, a sound, a pressure too specific to ignore. And then she slipped away, silent, efficient, vanishing into the dark like smoke. I tore off the blindfold. The pool was full of strangers. Or at least, that's what I told myself. The night unraveled after that. The next morning, she was already at the breakfast table. Sundress. Coffee. Sunglasses perched on her head. She looked up at me with that same relaxed smile. Morning, she said. Sleep well. I lied and said I had. We didn't speak of it. Not then. Not ever. The rest of the weekend became theater. We toured the island, laughed a little too hard, posed for sunny pictures, pretending everything was fine. But sometimes, when our hands brushed by accident or our eyes met too long, something passed between us, an understanding, a fear, a memory we refused to name. We went home. Life continued. But sometimes, during holidays or family dinners, I catch her watching me. Her gaze lingers, just for a beat. And I know we both know. There are things you bury. And then there are things that refuse to stay buried. We crossed a line. And no matter how carefully we perform, we both live on the other side of it now.